The Olight H1 Nova. This is my first Olight headlamp review. However, the interesting about this light is that it is compact, but the more interesting part is that right here it is multi-purpose LED, because it acts both as a headlamp and if you're so inclined, it acts as sort of an everyday carry light. Here's the box it comes. It comes both cool white and neutral white. Take your pick. You can get on Amazon. Retail price is $44.95. I'll put a link down below. You can check it out there. Powered by a either regular CR123 or rechargeable. CR123 is a 16340. Suddenly forgetting the number, but an RCR123. And then on the back here, there's some little fine print, interesting tidbits you can read about it. One of the interesting things here, it's small, lightweight, extremely small, mimicking the size of an adult thumb. We'll see about that, I guess, when we get it out. But it's a very small light. Some other stuff about the light here, 500 lumens, and all the way down to moonlight. But anyway, enough about that. Let's have a look at it. Let's open it up, if I can get into this. And get the light out. All right, here we go. Here's how it comes. It comes in this little case here, and the case is nice because it's a nice little leatherette case with the light kind of nicely displayed in it. And not that you're maybe going to keep this light in the case like this, but if you want, you can take this case and take this stuff out of it and kind of use this as a little everyday carry, put some stuff in it, put some survival stuff in it, put whatever you want, and throw it in your bag because it's a handy little size. So maybe you're, like I said, not going to keep the light in it like this, but take all the stuff that comes out with it, or comes with it out, and you can just use it as a regular case. But let's have a look in here. Up in this little pocket up here are some stuff about different lights, and then the instruction manual in a bunch of different languages, as usual. And then the headlamp. And right here, here's where the multi-purpose part comes in, because it comes with this pocket clip mounted there. And let's get this out of the way. First, let's look at the headlamp side of it. So it has a head strap. This is similar to a lot of the other Chinese lights that I've done on this silicone piece here. Very similar design. These are very comfortable because this piece is very flexible, very soft on your head. It's not a firm, hard plastic piece like some of the other lights that I have, the other hiking lights. And then the stretchy headband here, which is adjustable right here, and some stuff with the Olight logo on it and on around. Now, if you're going to use this as a headlamp, this goes in here, you mount it here, and then you can angle this up and down. It just rotates in this little silicone holder right here. And that's how it functions as a headlamp. However, if you want to take this out and do some other things with it, you can just remove it from here, get the strap out of the way, and then you can either carry it like this, throw it in the bottom of your pocket. Here's that thumb thing. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty close. About the size of an adult thumb. Anyway, but you can take it, throw it in the bottom of your pocket like this, or you can take the pocket clip and carry it that way. The pocket clip goes on in a couple different ways. There's two spots where you can mount it. You can mount it here and you can mount it down here. So either sort of tip up or tip down there, tip up or tip down there. I think the most convenient way is probably going to be tip up there. Otherwise the pocket clip tends to kind of stick out a little bit. So that's how I would do it. Fits very snugly on there. It's not going anywhere. The pocket clip, it'll fit in your pocket, no problem, except I wish Olight would stop doing this. This little indentation right there on the clip. My pockets that have thicker fabric, I just cannot get their lights into my pocket because this just will not fit over the fabric. So I wish, I mention that every video, Olight, I wish you would stop doing that. Otherwise, the pocket clip is fine. The light itself, let's have a look in here. One of the nice things about this light is that it comes with a battery. Here's the one it comes with, Olight non-rechargeable, CR123, but use your own or use some rechargeables if you want. The battery rather, actually goes in kind of backwards from what you would expect from most lights. And there's a little diagram right there that may or may not show up in the video, but you're just gonna have to trust me that there's a little diagram right here in the light. So that it goes in positive side out. And the tip is actually magnetic. The cap is magnetic Yeah, enough that it actually holds the battery there. Easy putting that in for what that's worth. There's an O-ring right there for that IPX8 rating. And then the cap just screws back on. This is magnetic like a lot of the other Olights, so this is again where that multi-purpose part's going to come in. If you want to mount this on the hood of your car or your bike or anything else, you can clamp this right to it or mount it, magnetic it right to it, and it'll stick right there. There's a little heat sink up here, and then the button to turn it on and function everything is right on the tip here. The LED there, it's a Cree XM-L2 LED. It has the TIR lens, so it's kind of convex into there, and you can see that dimpling. I'm not sure what the official word for that is, but with the TIR lens and this setup, this light gives a very nice diffuse beam. There's no hot spots. I think it's a perfect beam for a hiking light because I've had some other hiking lights that put out this very focused beam, and when I'm hiking, I, for the most part, don't need to see 100 yards in front of me. I need to see 20 feet around me. And I need to see some spill on either side to see, see the path, see rocks, that sort of thing. So I like this lens. I've taken it outside. I'm not going to take it out for a beam shot with this because I don't think it will be that useful. But it just has a nice, good amount of spill and decent amount of throw. Pretty much, I would think, really kind of exactly what you'd need for hiking. All right, and the function of this light has a couple modes. Again, all controlled by this button here. It does a moonlight mode of 2 lumens, and the way you get to that is you long press it. Comes on to that moonlight mode, 2 lumens. And then the next, it'll do that for 15 days. And then the next 3 modes, 15 lumens, 60 lumens, and 180, you get just by holding it down. So 15, 60, and 180. And then if you want, from the 180, there is a turbo that you get by double pressing, and it will go up to that 500 lumen turbo. With the turbo, it will do 500 lumens for 3 minutes, and then it will ramp down back to that 180 lumens, and it will continue on with that for 170 minutes. So you really don't need, the turbo is not, it's brighter, but it's not, I wouldn't say night and day, as it were, difference. You're not going to need the turbo that much, I don't think, and for that matter, if I need to see farther out away when I'm hiking, I'm usually going to have a second flashlight with me that'll have a little bit more throw to it. But because it gets kind of warm at that 500 lumens, so to kind of thermoregulate it, it will bump down to that 180 lumens, which is plenty bright, and it will do that 180 lumens for 170 minutes. So almost 3 hours, plenty amount of time, then you can swap out that battery if you want. A couple other features, it does have mode memory, so if you turn it off on medium, let's see, we're going up, there's the medium, turn it off, comes back onto the medium. It will remember the turbo for 10 seconds, otherwise reverts down to the normal modes. From off, if you long press it, just hold it down, you can get it into a lockout. It'll flash off, and then it essentially puts it into this kind of a momentary for the moonlight, but you can't turn it on. To get it out of the lockout, again, just hold it down, it'll come on, and then it'll blink and go off into the moonlight mode, and it is now not locked out anymore. Alternatively, if you want the foolproof lockout, just untwist the tail cap a little bit, and another way to lock it out if you're going to keep it in your bag somewhere. There's also an SOS mode, so when the light is on, if you triple click, it goes into an SOS mode. And then you can turn it off or turn it back on. As you can see, it doesn't have mode memory for the SOS, not that you would need that. It says it will throw this 66 meters. Now let me go through my length conversion here again. Everyone always yells at me every time I do this in a video. The way I convert the throw, the claimed throw of the light, into a meaningful use, it claims to throw 66 meters. I change that into feet. And all I do is change the unit. 66 meters becomes 66 feet. I do no mathematical calculations. I just simply change the name on it. Because at 66 meters, the light, you're not going to get any useful vision out of this. It's not going to be lighting anything up at 66 meters. But 66 feet is kind of a useful practical distance, and I do this with all of my lights. I take the claim distance and just change the meters into feet by simply changing the word, and that is the general, I think, useful distance for what a light will throw. So about 66 feet for this and that turbo. But otherwise, that is about it for this light. I think it's a nice light from Olight, both as a headlamp if you want to use it in that way. And it's got a nice spill and throw to it. And then alternatively, if you just want a nice EDC light, or both for that matter, maybe you're going camping and you want to do something with a headlamp and you want to do something with a little small EDC light the size of your thumb, then this is a fantastic option. Check one out. Check the link down below, $44.95 on Amazon. There you go, the Olight H1 Nova.